credentials in order for them to be qualified. Any questions?
Thank you. I had no further questions. We could just pause one moment. I need to send the link to President Rivera. She's looking for the link to the, or maybe Dr. Whiters, can I?
I'm in the process of doing that right now.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I had no questions on this item. It's very straightforward. Award a bid to the low bidder on a sealed bid. So I'm Kay. I'm currently the only committee member here, and I'm going to vote to send to the full board with the recommendation to approve these 2 abstracts, this 1 agreement, this 1 amendment, and 1 contract. And I don't feel a need to discuss it with myself. So, and I vote yes. So just as a reminder, it only takes 1 committee member to move items to the full board. So. All right, so looking at the next item on the agenda, we're into discussion items, and the first one is the FY25 budget update. So Ms. Hannons, I assume, or Dr. Negron, or?
I am happy to start. We just wanted to share that as we continue to communicate or propose budget for 25, we are going to be engaging in some community budget forums that are coming up, starting with a virtual opportunity this Thursday, which will happen at 5:30 via Zoom. It's already up on our website. We are leveraging all our communication methods to get the word out. But again, just want to make sure that the public is fully aware of our proposal. And then we will do a second one in person the following week on April 9th. That is Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And that is going to be held at the Wilbur Cross Atrium. So again, just trying to get as much information out there before we have to go before the Board of Alders, which is scheduled to take place on the 11th.
All right, you said that was the 11th?
Yes, that's with the Board of Alders.
All right, thank you. Sounds like things are on track. I will attempt to be at each of the public forums, and in case there's a need to be. And also I intend to show up and support the budget with the alders. So thank you for that. Hearing nothing else on this item, I don't know, President Rivera, I don't know if you had any comments or questions on the budget update. Let's see here, you've joined us.
No, I do not at the moment. Yep, I'm here. I'm in.
All right, thank you. Okay, so we'll move on to the next item, which is we have a couple policy related things. First one is work is continuing on the purchasing policy. I need to get language to the committee and to staff on this. And again, many thanks to our new purchasing person for the comparative work of the city's documents versus our own policy, existing policy. So that's still in process, but something that is hopefully we can move on and pass today is we have 2 policies under discussion and possible action. The first one of which is policy 3516, which is around safety and secure school facilities, equipment and grounds. I was just seeing if anybody had any comments or questions on this, and if not, I was hoping we can move this on to governance. So just as a reminder that this is just the basic policy related to safe and secure schools and facilities, which has many things that are required by the state for things like school and safety committees, coordination with for various managing types of emergencies, various connections with law enforcement and local public safety officials, etc., and so on. And to this, we had added that when it's determined that there's needs for repairs or upgrades, that we have a timeline for completing them. And also puts in, which I think is already happening, which is supplies for lockdown kits and so on. So any comments or questions related to this? Attorney Alexios.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I see that it's that the document is redlined with changes on it, which is very helpful. Who did the redlining? Who's responsible for the editing?
I did.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. And then as a reminder, this has been on several agendas, and so we're getting back into policy work, in a robust policy work. This committee's already sent on, I think, a couple dozen policies, but my goal is to finish up all the Series 3000 ones in the next couple months, assuming that we have the capacity to do that. I don't want to force things through that are creating issues, but there are some of these that do need to be done. So that's just an update on that. So hearing no objections to it, I move that we send on to the Governance Committee the policy 3516, safety and secure school facilities, equipment and grounds. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion?
Nope.
All right, hearing none, we'll go ahead and vote. President Rivera?
Yes.
And I'm a yes as well. And then we'll move on to the next one, which is policy 3517, security of building. Let's see here. Security of buildings and grounds. And what is posted on board docs is the regulation that's connected to it. But under the previous item, I think it's also there. Let me double check this. One moment, please. 351.
Mr. Wilcox, those two policies were merged together and then split off. I think that may be the,
Yeah, the problem is I'm seeing now is that I think it's a policy, there's a policy 3517 and a regulation for 3517. So I think it's a little confusing because there's 3517 and R3517, and I'm only seeing R3517 posted. But so I don't think we can move this on tonight since the information wasn't posted. But it does highlight, looking at this, there were a few things related to keys in part of this regulation, and keys being the responsibility of the principal, all of the keys issued through the office of the principal. And I don't know if this matches the reality of the district. So since we'll have to carry this on to our next agenda, my recommendation is that the policy 3517 and this regulation are looked at just to make sure that it matches the realities. So I don't know if how keys are, Mr. Lamb?
I can address this with Chief and provide you with an update.
Okay. So that's, this is specific to keys and buildings,
Yes.
but there's also a policy connected to it. So make sure that you have that as well. So I guess this is just an update. Is there any other discussion for this? Yeah, Attorney Alexiadis?
Hi, as people look at this going forward, you may need some definitional things in terms of keys versus key cards, depending on the hardware in the facility.
Thank you, sir. I think that's a good point. Mr. Lamb, do you know off the top of your head? I know we have key cards for building access. Or we don't have key cards for room access, or do we?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so imagine it's a hybrid system with maybe even multiple vendors for key card systems, or is it all?
No, it's all one vendor. The system, the access is layered depending upon the building.
Okay,
There's different groups that are set up, and access is provided to that group depending upon the school and who is required to have access to that space.
okay. Well, I know it's a challenging thing. I was locked out of my own office today because the battery in my door that I have to swipe died, and so I know that's the challenge of keys or not turned in, and but then the equipment breaks down. So okay. Well, I guess there's nothing else to say about this one, and we'll work and do this. We'll carry this on to the next agenda. And in looking at this, these are the only items on the agenda. Ms. DeMayo, I'm going to have to consult with you of what I could possibly do, having a 28-minute Finance and Operations Committee meeting. I simply don't know what to do with a Monday evening.
I don't know. It's
do
surprising.
Do I have a motion to adjourn, President Rivera?
So moved.
And I second it. How do you vote?
Yes.
I'm a yes as well. Thank you all very much, and enjoy your found time.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.